FARMSIMGUY here, hope you're all doing well. Welcome back to Court Farms. It's been a busy morning. We've already been and seen the bank manager this morning, and he has granted us a loan, which is fantastic. He's been really impressed with what we've done with the business so far. He can see there's potential in it and is quite happy to lend us some money based on future income, which means we can get that case tractor, which is fantastic. Now, one thing he did want to do was take some capital commitment as well, just to guarantee the loan. So what we did is we've got rid of the Amarok. The hitch didn't really work on the back of it, so it wasn't super useful to us. And now we may pick up another 4x4 in the future, but for now we're going to use that as capital down payment against the case, and we're going to take things from there. So what we're going to do, we're going to run back to the farm now, which is just here, and we're going to drop the Fiat off, which is what we used to go to the bank manager on, and we're going to run the Amarok down, get that sold, and then we're going to pick up the case. Now, one of the other benefits is that we can take the caravan back with us as well, so we finally are able to live on site, which is super exciting. So let's get this back to the yard. There's such a detour around here, it's a pain. Literally, we were right next to the shed, and now we've had to go all the way around here and detour to get to the road to get us back to our shed on the main road. But there we go, that is part of the map and part of this area of the countryside. So I guess we'll see you back at the yard. Ah yes, now this is the other thing that cropped up overnight. The council have decided to start digging up the road, and it's the main road into the yard, so we're going to follow the diversion down here again, another little detour which takes us a longer journey around, but c'est la vie, it is what it is. So we'll join back up with the road further up here, and we'll access the yard that way. Now, we are still on this big old detour here, but what it does allow us to do is just to pop in here and pick up the bale wrapper. It's the only piece of equipment we left in the field after we did that big baling contract in the other episode, and I was going to just leave it here until the next time we were up here doing a contract, but as we're driving past, we might as well grab it while we're here. It looks like they've been seeding here as well, so other business going on. That certainly wasn't us that did that contract, but there's a bag of seed there which has clearly been left by one of the contractors. But we'll grab our equipment and we will head out of here. Right, now we definitely will see you back at the yard. Right, here we are back in the yard. Like I said, this is on the list of things to trade in as well, this bale wrapper and the Gavile bale grab there that is sitting next to the weight, and we are going to invest in something a bit better than that in the future, but right at this moment in time we don't have time to think about it, so let's just drop this off. There we go, and we'll move the Fiat out of the way for now, and we will jump in the Amarok. Now, just for clarity, the reason we're selling the Amarok, not that it isn't a useful bit of kit, but the hitch on the back of it is just not compatible with too much stuff, particularly something like the header for the combine, which would be nice to be able to drag around the countryside behind this, but unfortunately it just doesn't work. So a few things like that, and it's a lot of cash to be tied up in something that we don't necessarily need to use all the time when we've got tractors heading to fields anyway. So while it's nice to drive along the road and things like that, it is not, you know, a necessity for the farm. So if they want to take this as a down payment on the new tractor, I'm happy to let them do that. Now, I've stopped here because I want to show you Field 61. We picked up this contract late last night from Clifford. Clifford Powell asked us if we would get his sorghum off. It's into October now and time's pressing on, so we will get that done as soon as we're back with a new tractor. So here we are. Now I have noticed that our bank account is not showing the loan amount in, so I'm just going to very quickly check in with the bank manager, make sure that that's all gone through, and then we can trade in this. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask for enough money to allow us the ability to fix the Renault as well as buy the case. Now, because of the financial situation we're in, we can actually borrow more than that. But at the moment, I'm just going to be sensible. We don't have that much in the bank. So I'm just going to be sensible and borrow what we need at the moment. Now, we may add to that in the future, or we may build it up with other contracts. But for now, let's get things sorted. So there we go. Bank management tab is open. 83,588 is what we currently have in the bank account. Now, the loan I want to take out is around about 130,000. So there we go. We'll adjust the bank balance with that. So our lower limit of credit is 500,000. Our upper limit is 3 million. Now, I'm not going anywhere. I could not pay that back at the moment. It would be preposterous to do that. But if I hit save now, there we go. We have 213 in the bank. And I'm going to trade this in. So, we'll get rid of this and we'll go shopping. So there we go. 31,935 is what we made on that. That was not a bad return. Second-hand market doing rather well at the moment, isn't it? So, the case is getting just sorted. Around the back there, they're going to drive it around and deliver it to us any second now. I forgot I'd left the trailer here as well to take the seed home for any more sowing contracts, so we'll maybe take that home at some point as well, but I've got other ideas for the case first. So they're just going to get it. I just saw it there, flash round the back of that shed. Here it comes. There is our brand new second-hand tractor. Doesn't she look great? Now, while I'm here, I was going to bring that trailer home, but I've just had a bit of a brainwave. We have got the caravan round the back here. So first and foremost, we are going to get ourselves somewhere to live on our yard. And there it is. Now, pretty sure the hitch here will lift this a little bit high at the back. Or low at the back. There we go. Yes, it's lifting the front two wheels off the ground, but it's not on the deck, so this is going to do us. We are all sorted. Not only do we have our new tractor, we have our caravan as well. I've given them the green light to repair the Renault as well, so that'll be back on the road soon. It is all systems go. Now, with that Roadworks blocking that end of the yard from us, we're going to have to go this way to take this home, but that's okay. A little bit longer of a run, but we'll still get there in the end. Okay, we'll see you back at the yard. Right, here we are. Back at the yard. This is going to be a bit of a tight turn into the gate. What I might do is reverse it up here and then straighten up and get through the gate. Now, the next question, where do we put it? I think I'm going to park it relatively near to the shed, probably behind that corrugated shed there. We can always move it at some point in the future. But tell you what else is on the cards here, and something a lot of people have pointed out to me, which makes total sense, is mow your grass field, mate. You could make a nice, healthy bit of silage money out of that, which is a very good point and something I wholeheartedly agree with. So we are going to be doing that after we've done the sorghum contract, because you know what, paying customers come first. But once that's done, we will be getting the mower out on here. I might even try the case out with the mower. So let's get this in here. Your finest caravan dropped off there. Home. Sweet home. Check this out. We've actually got somewhere we can call our own now. Right, now that's done. Let's get the header in there, shall we? and then we'll come back and we'll get the trailer after that. We could set the combine off pretty early. I've already radioed on, and Willie is on his way down to help us out, as per usual when it comes to contracting with the combine. He is our official driver, and he is very, very good at it. This is probably the easiest contract we'll do in terms of closeness to the yard. So we should not complain, even if the road is blocked down there. We might have to work out a little bit of a detour to take this to the delivery point. Right, let's squeeze in the gate here and get the header lined up ready so the combine can just drive in, hopefully, and get started. Look at that, clattering the new tractor off the gate posts already. Now I am going to have to drive into the crop a little bit here. I could have been a bit smarter, but actually what I'll do here now is reverse back up to let the combine just grab that header the moment it rolls into the field, and we will take the tractor up onto the verge here. Right, well, he's not here yet, so we'll get the combine ready for him as well. Right, here we are. We've had to do a little bit of a 3-point turn there. It was so tight we couldn't get in on one turn with the turning circle of the combine, but we're in now, and we're hopefully close enough to being lined up. We're not. Right, we're going to have to go again. There we go. That looks like it's going to work this time. Yes. Excellent. Right, that is hooked up. We should be able to move this out of the way now without too many issues. Park it on the verge here, and then we'll send the tractor back to get the trailer. And the combine can start harvesting now. Hopefully that's far enough off the field edge to allow us to do that. Now I'm going to have to drive right around the edge of the field here. I don't want to be driving on the crop. So we'll see you back at the gate. What we'll do is we'll just cut into this corner here to give us a little bit of working space. Willie has just arrived. He's dropping off his car at the yard, and then he'll be over. So I'll just help him out a little bit here. We're going to squeeze past the tractor, and now the tractor can get out, and we can leave the combine to it. Alright, there goes Willie. Let's go and get the trailer ready. This shouldn't take too long at all. Of course I'm going to use the case. New toys and all that. I imagine we'll be overusing this for the next episode or two. But I'm sure we can find some other jobs for the other tractors as well. Now I have had a few comments as well about the trailers. I've actually obviously sold one of them now, but a few people suggested hooking two trailers together. Now that isn't something that tends to happen in the UK, or if it does, certainly not where I'm from, just because the roads are too narrow and the lanes are too narrow to be able to easily manoeuvre that. So we just run with one trailer usually. Now these cane trailers are great. I may consider upgrading these as well in the future to something a little bit bigger, but for now they're doing a cracking job, so we'll stick with them. There we go. Now we're just going to wait here. In fact, I'm going to pull back just ever so slightly to allow the combine to get around this corner, and then we're all systems go. Here comes Willie, dressed more appropriately than in the previous episode, which a few of you picked up on. He's not hanging around, is he? No sir. Right, that's him cutting straight into the second headland now. I don't know how full he is, but we'll just wait for the lights to come on, I think. Well, combine's doing a good job. We are 100% full. So we're going to run this out of the field and we're going to find out where we need to sell it at. There we go. Harvest sorghum in field 61 and take the product to Pine Creek Stores. And there is Pine Creek Stores right up in the top corner by the shop. Now, usually it's a catch-22 whether or not you would go this way or you would go up the top. Either way is a bit of a long route. So, obviously, with the roadworks here at the moment, we are going to come out and we're going to head up to the top of the map and along the top to Pine Creek. But I would expect the combine is going to be full by the time we get back. So, we better get our head down and get on with it. Here we are, just about to join the tarmac road again. And here it is on our right. So, that hasn't taken too long at all, actually. But let's pull the HUD up again, because we were already about 50% through, even just harvesting it. So, interestingly, I wonder how much we will be through once we tip this. Now, I can't make that turn. I'm going to have to reverse into here to straighten myself up again. The second time today I've had to do that. I do have to say though, I am loving my new tractor. Lot of fun. Right, let's see how close to finishing the contract we get here now. There we go, trailer out. Contractor field 61, 80% done, 53% transported, so another trailer load, and we will, I think, be just about done. Which begs the question, how much are we going to get left on the field? This could be quite interesting. Right, let's get back and find out. Here we are back in the field, and the big man is already sitting, waiting, so let's get underneath, let's get it unloaded. If you remember, we can take 2 loads from the combine in this trailer in one go. There we go. First load going in. We'll have to quickly reverse out of the way to avoid clashing with the combine header, because they do tend to turn back into their road pretty quickly. So we'll let this unload quickly and then we will hot-foot it backwards slightly. There we go, 56% in the trailer from one load of the combine, so if you can imagine, almost 2 loads then filling this trailer completely. But Willie's on it. Let's leave him to it for a few minutes and get this field finished. SP will probably finish it now with this next pass. So actually, in hindsight, that means there's not masses of grain left over. It's pretty accurate. And here we go, end of the field. Hasn't taken too long at all. And Willie's done another fantastic job. Now, I am going to touch on these little bits that are left at the end of the field here. So, a few people have commented before that I don't get all of the crop. If I'm being honest, this is such a tiny fraction of the overall crop that it's probably not worth my time or the value of it to go around and pick up these little bits at the end. They'll get ploughed under and be used as I guess, nutrients for the crop going down the line. So it's not the end of the world. I do take your point, but when it's such small elements like this, it really doesn't. It has an impact of 5 or 10 litres, no more than that. And our time is more valuable than that. So let's go and grab the tractor. Let's get it filled up. Guarantee you what's going to happen is we're going to fill this up and there's going to be a tiny little bit left in the tank. It always happens to me. So let's find out. So 56% in the trailer. The ideal scenario is we can fit everything from the combine into this trailer and then we don't have to come back for some tiny little bits. Now the combine hadn't started flashing, so my only hope is that it isn't that full. We can fit everything in. We might just be alright. Let's wait and see. 97%, it's actually gone in our favour for once. That's great. Right, let's get this second load down to the sell point, and hopefully there's a little bit left over for us. We shall see. Right, here we are. We're going to try and make this turn this time. If we get far enough over, I wonder if we can swing it round in time. I'm not optimistic, but always worth a go. Let's see if we can get that front wheel lined up appropriately. Oh, do you know what? That wasn't nearly as bad as I thought it was going to be. Right. Moment of truth. We'll just roll over till we get the trigger. There we go. Let us see what we have got here. So there we go. The contract on field 61 has finished, and just £960 of additional income there. But hey, it all counts, right? I am not sad about that at all. But that was a nice quick contract. Doesn't earn us huge amounts of money, but like I said, if we can get through them quickly, they tot up over time. You can almost balance them out with a longer, let's say a bale contract at 10 grand. You can get 3 combine contracts in that time. You know, which is better? There we go. Harvesting field 61 complete. Let's collect that. And that is us with no other contracts, but almost 120,000 in the back. Not all of that is ours, of course. There is some loan funds in there, but we started the day with 84. I'm pretty sure we've got more than that now. Right, back to the yard with this, and then we'll go and get the combine sorted. Right, here we go. Now, if we're going to cut this field, we could do with not having everything parked on it. So we might have to shuffle a bit of machinery around here. Some stuff can stay on the edges. I'm not too fussed about it, but we want to try and make sure we get as much as possible. So let's get this reversed a little bit closer to the shed. And like I said, we're going to go and get the combine straight away as well. Get that sorted. Right, let's get this header collected and put back onto the header trailer, and then we'll be able to get the combine out of the field. Let's just jump in here. I should be able to sensibly roll forward. In fact, I just noticed the trailer's the wrong way. Silly me. Right, let's go around the other side. We'll get this lined up, and then we're good to go. Okay, that's that done. Combine back to the yard now. Right, combine is tucked away safely. Let's just get this header out of here with no fuss. Use the shed as a little bit of a guide there. My poor new tractor. Right, good stuff. Here we are. I'm interested to see how much we'll get off our field actually. It's like quite a healthy crop of grass that. Right, let's run this next to the trailer here. And then I'm going to just quickly check my horsepower numbers for my mower. Can we run with 145 horsepower? Can we run this class with the 2 mowers? Because we do have a front hitch with a PTO. So let's find out. There we go. New tractor. So good. Really enjoying that. Right. Let's check our mower horsepower. So there we go. 120 for the back and 60 for the front is 180. We can't do that with a 145 horsepower tractor. Or can we? I'm inclined to give it a go. Even if it doesn't work, we're right at the yard, right? So we can swap over to the Fiat or the TW very quickly, but it seems like a lot, but it's quite a flat field as well, so this could be worth a punt. Right, first things first, let's get rid of the rest of this machinery onto the dirt here, the gravel. Right, we've moved all the equipment off the field and we have set the mowers up with the case let's see how good this is, shall we? Right, well, we can safely say that this has definitely got enough pulling power to work with these mowers. I don't know what it would be like on hills. My gut tells me it would be totally fine, but this has laughed at this field in no time at all, and I'm actually quite impressed with how much grass there is on this field. It looks fantastic. So thank you to everybody that suggested this. This makes total sense to do. I had, if I'm being honest, I had thought about it, but then kept forgetting when I was doing contracts and things like that. But while we've got a little bit of a lull today, obviously we picked up that sorghum contract last night, but we've had no contact at all yet today, and it's getting on for lunchtime. So interesting. We shall see. Maybe it's because the roadworks here are slowing things down so much that people aren't able to get on with their work. So we shall see. We shall see, but it seems interesting, doesn't it? Right, this last little triangle up here, and that is not a bad crop of grass, that, at all. Not bad at all. Well, I've got to say I am thoroughly impressed with this tractor so far. That is the field done. We're going to pop the mower back over here, and then I was about to unhitch the mower and everything and go and windrow the field with a case, but I've just had a call from the shop. They have said that the Renault is fixed, ready to be collected, so I am going to run down, collect the Renault, and I think we'll use that to do the windrowing, just to see if it's solved all of the problems. So, on that note, I'm going to head down to the shop, I'm going to grab the Renault, and I'm going to bring it back to the yard. But for this episode, I think we will call it there, and we will be back very, very soon with the next episode. So, thank you all very much for watching. Hope you're enjoying it still, and I will see you all again very soon. Take care. Bye for now.